You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS Soap Opera fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and today we want to talk about something about Bold and the Beautiful, and this is the conundrum that Katie Logan finds herself in this week because Bill Spencer has decided he wants her back, and he has decided he's going to woo her. The only problem is she has a boyfriend. That's Carter Walton, and Carter's a nice guy, but he never wins at love. But at the same time, it feels like Katie doesn't win at love either. So let's dig in because we have got 5 reasons for you why Katie should forget Bill and keep Carter. If you haven't already clicked the subscribe to follow our YouTube channel, please do that now so that you don't miss any of your big soap opera updates and spoilers and speculations. Let's dig into this now. So we've got these 5 reasons why Katie should tell Bill to take a hike and grab Carter and hold him close. Number 1 is recently, you might remember that Dollar Bill Spencer propositioned both her and Brooke Logan back to back within minutes of each other. This was in the wake of the fallout where Brooke and Ridge's marriage imploded because what Thomas did, and then Ridge ran off with Taylor. Then Brooke was brokenhearted, and Bill showed up at Brooke's house and basically said, forget Ridge, be with me. And he was lobbying to get her to choose him. And she was, fresh off this shocking news and heartbroken and was like, thanks for the offer, but no. Katie heard that, I believe. Did Katie hear it or did someone tell her back to back? At any rate, it's not clear in my mind right at this moment, but I almost thought she heard it. But then he basically turned around and Katie's there and he makes the same pitch to her. Like, I want to be with you. I love you, blah, blah, blah. And she called him on his BS of basically just trotting out the same lines on her and her sister back to back. And what does that tell you? That tells you he is fickle. He doesn't know what he wants. He just wants whatever he can get his grubby hands on, and he's faithless. And this is the whole dynamic. But just recently, and that was, 6 weeks, 8 weeks ago, back-to-back propositions, treating Katie like a second-rate citizen, second-class citizen, because Brooke rejected him. Then he's like, I'll try with you now. And that's crap. And that's a big reason that she should tell Dollar Bill to take a hike. Number 2 is that Bill has repeatedly referred to Brooke Logan as the love of his life. The love of his life. He has said that in ways that have ripped Katie's heart out. His philandering with Brooke turned Katie into an alcoholic. Then he actually had the nerve to threaten to take custody of her son. He has always claimed Brooke as the one that got away, or when he's with her, his soulmate, the love of his life. Katie has got to be tired of that. She does not want to be somebody's also-ran, and it's clear that that's the way Bill sees her because he's never turned around and told Brooke, I can't be with you. I have to be with Katie. Katie's the love of my life. He hasn't done that. So she is not the love of his life. And if he tries to pull that turn of phrase out while he's wooing her, I feel like she should just punch him in the nose because it's preposterous. So yet another reason she should grab Carter, run away, tell Bill to take a hike. So our third reason is there's another love of Bill's life that has caused problems for Katie and Bill in the past, and that is his ongoing and occasionally rising to the surface obsession with Steffi Forrester. The whole reason that he married Katie at one point was because she almost had a heart attack when she thought he wasn't going to stay with her. And remember, he wanted to leave her to be with Steffi. This was like way back when Steffi was in like her 20s. And it was only Katie collapsing and having heart issues that got him to turn away from Steffi. And when he turned away from her, that was when Steffi like almost drowned in her bathtub. And that's when Liam first caught her eye. So she was first into Bill. Of all of the Spencer men that Steffi has been with, it was Bill who caught her eye first. Then when they had that affair a few years back, when she was, upset and found him in the guest house and slept with him, that was something that sent him on to another run of obsession. He even proposed to her. Do you remember that? And then he was actively trying to steal his son's wife. So not only is there a problem with Brooke, there's a problem with Steffi. And if it hadn't been for Katie's medical issue all those years ago, Bill might have stuck with Steffi then, if we're just, conjecturing about ancient Bold and the Beautiful history. That's the third reason. The fourth reason, and I hope y'all remember this, is when Bill was married to Katie, he started fooling around with Brooke. And I know it's hard to narrow it down because it's not the first or last time he's done it. But do you remember when off of his CEO office at Spencer Publications, he built a secret sex room to meet Brooke? And he and Brooke were rationalizing it because they weren't penetrating. There was no penetration. I don't remember how exactly they phrased it back then. This has been, oh my gosh, it's been pre-2017, I think. But he built this sex room and he and Brooke were in there and they were doing other stuff, but they weren't actually having sexual intercourse. And so they both felt like that gave them some kind of pass. But the very fact that he built a secret nookie room to do things with her sister is yet another sign that Katie should not listen to any of Bill's crap when he comes back around and tries to win her back. It's outrageous. All right, and now we're going to talk about the fifth and final reason. But real quick, if you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of our hot updates on Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers, casting, everything you need to know about your favorite soap operas. The very last reason that Katie should forget Bill and embrace Carter is about Carter. The other four things, and they're not small things, mind you, the first four things are huge things. They're all deal breakers. So if Katie thinks about even one of those four things, she should tell Bill, no, and please don't ask again. Forget it. But this last one is about Carter. And Carter is very loyal, aside from when he slept with his friend Eric's wife. But Carter Walton is very loyal. He's hot. He's tall. He's muscular. He's a lawyer. He's brilliant. He's reliable. And in many ways, he is so much like Katie. And they have talked about this. Katie has been repeatedly unlucky in love. You remember she really was happy with Wyatt, and Bill threatened her out of that relationship. And when she was with Thorne, he was a thorn in Thorne's side. He just doesn't want her to be happy. Even if he's not with her, he doesn't want her to be happy, where Carter wants the very best for her. Katie has been just kind of crapped on, and generally it is Bill doing the crapping, but Thorne just kind of like divorced her and ran off, but that was because Ingo Rademacher finished his run at Bold and the Beautiful. But Carter and Katie understand what it's like to be dumped for someone else. They understand what it is like to feel like the second choice. They understand what it's like to have someone you love pick someone else. That has happened to Carter many times, and it has happened to Katie many, many times. So we just have to hope that Katie's going to make the smart choice, and the smart and obvious choice is Carter Walton, not Dollar Bill Spencer. Come on, Katie, get a grip. Don't listen to Bill.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.